Hey everybody! Welcome back to what is probably the final episode of XCOM 2, unless things go terribly wrong or terribly right. 29 enemies. It's an enormous amount of enemies.
Commander,
Wounded soldiers are allowed on this mission. Oh, and dude, they're not as tired as they originally looked.
this operation is critical to our efforts.
It's not critical to your efforts. It's the final mission. Could you revitalize my acquiesced boy, please? I guess we don't have to revitalize. We can just take tired soldiers. So let's be honest. We need Dan. Dan's bonded with Zhang. Easy money. We need Sinvicta. Sinvicta's bonded with Mathas. Easy money. Mathas doesn't even... He's only a major. What am I doing? Well, I suppose, like... Hold up. We can revitalize. Full HP and will for one mission. Pays 1 Illyrium core. We're gonna go back for a second, though. Hold on. See, like, we can't go back. Okay, so that's my mistake. What I was gonna do is give everybody AP. But we don't, like, give everybody moves if they need them. That's okay. Can't right-click. Can't hit escape. So we're just gonna give it our all here. We have enough Illyrium cores, so we're gonna revitalize Daniel Giesling. Get revitalized, son. You can only revitalize once per mission. That's fine. Use it on Dan. He's the linchpin. Dan and Zhang. Lights out. We don't need to take Sinvicta because he's tired. We'll see. We know we want a Psi operative, so we're definitely going to take Julia Munoz. She exists for one reason. There's a lot of secondary reasons. She can do a lot of damage. She can mind, like, hit units with a piercing psionic lance. Disturb them, panic them. She's here to mind control gatekeepers, though. That's her number one reason for existence. We're probably going to have hackable units. In that case, we should send Kate. Do we need Bear Taffy because we got Kate on the mission? I don't know. Would we rather have Bear Taffy, or would we rather have one Nicholas on this mission, using his pistol to shoot a lot of things? Would we rather have our Templar on this mission? You know? Slicing units up? Would we rather have Sinvicta rocking the added abilities here that being a ranger allows? One thing's for sure, I probably don't need a second specialist. I'm sorry to tell you this. Fox Austin, you're a pivotal part of the whole game. For not sending, it's like bond, no bond. Okay, we need a grenadier. So that's very simple. Welcome to the show, Bear Taffy. And then we got one final spot. No bonds required. I think we send Nicholas or we send Mary Murphy. Sorry, Nick, but I don't see what you offer that Daniel does not in this case. I gotta look at you for a second. Do you have death from above? Did I give you that? I'll just let it scroll. Killzone. Fanfire. Stand by me. Advanced teamwork. Spotter adjacency bonus. Dual strike. Nah. And I'm not sending his bondmate. So, I'm gonna send our Templar. I'm okay with this, I think. Now, this is very important. Utility items available. Weapons available. Armor available. Okay. Dan's equipped, as we're well aware. Zhang is not equipped. He looks equipped, but it's a lie. If he's gonna be our primary sniper, we're gonna give him a Wraith suit. We're gonna give him the katana. We're gonna give him the Arashi. Hazmat vest is fine by me. Makes him an Andromedon killer. Munoz. Very important. You're fine with the plasma rifle. I don't think it matters what we put you in. We can even put you in the war suit. Because I don't think... Like, it almost makes sense to put her in the war suit because I don't want her to have anything else. Like, just give her armor, allow her to be high cover, give her the shredder gun, and then give her, I don't even know what else we want to give her, because, like, she doesn't need it, is the thing. Like a stasis vest or something. And this allows our Grenadier to have one more open slot. So we look at Bear Taffy here, and he's equipped as well as we would want him to be. 2 frost bombs. This is a loadout that has served us very well. 1 acid bomb, something like that. And then a mimic beacon. So Dan already has blue screen rounds. Sadly, that kind of... You know what? Zhang doesn't need the acid. Zhang could use the blue screen rounds instead. Or the Talon rounds, for that matter, which have also been good. But I think it's more important to give our best damage dealer blue screen rounds. Nick, with the pistol, does do a lot of work with blue screen rounds, I will admit. But, I don't know. I think Zhang's damage output is second to none. Well, second to Dan there. So, Kate's equipped fine. She takes the Skulljack for hacking purposes. Some kind of round wouldn't be the worst thing. She's rarely going to crit. And she doesn't need a battle scanner. Let's give her dragon rounds. I mean, we know there's going to be some organic units on the mission, because it's kind of going to give us, if I remember correctly, it's going to give us like a little set piece of all the missions that all the units that we fought before. I think this is actually fine. Let's launch. I'm ready. So, very important. Try not to use your... Go slow so that you don't have to use your special items until the very end. Because the final room of this is a freaking nightmare, dude.
We won't get another chance at this.
Well, it's not Iron Man, so I might.
Connection is set. Power levels adequate. One more look at the buffer.
Watch you go over this thing 50 times. Take a
Things you
breath.
don't want to hear the pilot on your flight say. Thank God we built the proto-facehugger instead of just using our hands to affix the mask. Was that really a good use of XCOM's limited resources in this time of need?
Synthesis nearing completion.
Overwatch.
Now, Lily.
Initiating network connection.
Squad site, the dual strike.
Gate is primed and ready, sir.
Patch me through. All right, people. The world got its wake-up call. And now they know the truth. Advent is a lie. And their time is up. They've got a full-fledged war on their hands now. While the aliens struggle to contain our world, we're gonna make a move on theirs. It won't be easy. But you're used to that.
I guarantee I made this joke last time, but today we're canceling the apocalypse. Thank you, soldiers, including about 8 of you who I never saw on anything but covert operations.
Good luck.
All right,
Commander.
so we're hoping for a couple of things. No incredible frame rate dips. Oh, what is going on? Cybernetic Gwendolyn Christie stared us in the face there. Last time we finished XCOM 2, it's like 2 years ago almost at this point. We had incredible frame rate dips. The mission took us like 2 hours. It was basically a nightmare. I hated it. It compromised my enjoyment of the game on the whole, even though I still very much liked XCOM 2. And that was not an extremely unpopular opinion at the time, to be honest. I'm hoping that it's been retweaked, maybe, to not be as much of a mess, to be honest.
Yet still, we offer peace. Rejoin us, and your world will be spared.
Shoot the screen. Or like have someone barrel through it or something. We start concealed? We do not. Commander's avatar. What do we got? Don't remember this part. We got some abilities. Avatar regeneration. The avatar is immune to any mental effects. Overwatch. What kind of gun is that? Psionic repeater. Dimensional rift. Any victim caught in the blast is damaged and may be stunned or disoriented. Mind control, very important. Null lance. 8 to 11. So the same as the psionic trooper, I believe. All right. Well, let's begin, shall we? I think we've got this in the bag as long as we play our game. I know that's like sports psychology 101. You gotta play our game. Gotta want it more than the enemy. We gotta give it 110%. But really, I have had what I would consider to be not that amazing of a performance on the past few episodes, popping way too many pods way too quickly. So we're gonna That's a #1 thing. If we can nuke that, or nip that in the bud, rather, I'll be a happy man. So it appears we will not pop any pods on this turn. So we will just move everybody up, and then we'll do mass overwatches, just in case, because sometimes these missions, they like to hit you with the little weird stuff, you know? They like to spawn enemies on top of you, stuff like that. Turn enemies into other enemies, enemies pop out of doors and stuff. I heard like some, did you hear some skittering? You know, like some chrysalid style madness. Sounds like electrical static, so I don't actually know if that's chrysalid behavior. But I kind of want to do a scanning protocol just to be sure. If I'm being honest, I'm probably never going to use scanning protocol again. So let's just see if we can see something. Give us the leg up on our first pod, maybe. Yeah, okay, we got 4 units over there. Not chrysalids. Looks like we got a mutant. It looks like we got 4 mutants, if I'm being straight up with you. Now, we don't want to pop them.
Not a problem.
Not a problem. We don't want to pop them, because if we pop them, we just can't stop them. We're not concealed is what I mean to suggest, so I'm just going to wait till next turn. I doubt they move, so if they do move, it might actually be for the best. We'd probably get a pretty sick ambush. Wow, they totally moved, so this is our time to strike. One down. I think Zhang missed. Yeah, 2 damage, but a miss. Mutons are easy. They're like maybe the easiest enemies we can fight now, to be honest. Every other enemy is scaled in HP. Man, our psionic troopers usually do not get kills, so that's pretty sweet. Like I said, mutons are just, they're meat at this point. It's like the potato chips at a barbecue. No one's running inventory. No one's going, oh, Bob, you had too many hot dogs. Wait, sorry, no one's going, oh, Bob, you had too many potato chips. You can't come back for seconds until other people have had them. Who gets the kill? Who cares? We got turns. All right. So like I said, we're playing our own game. What does that mean? Wow, what a waste of a free action. But what that means is that I don't care if you got free reloads. You're reloading. And we stand still until everybody's ready to pop. Mostly, like, we want on-free reload units to reload.
I'm ready.
Just because there's no reason not to. Is my personal philosophy. If you got a free reload, you don't have to take it. We didn't have to make Dan take the free reload. That was kind of stupid in hindsight. Alright. Good. So we're ready to move next turn. 4 mutons down, 25 enemies left to go. Not that bad. Alright, send Zhang in first. We got a good team here. Of course, left a lot of good soldiers behind. They probably would have wanted to be part of the final mission. I can't deny, the one that stings the most is Sinvicta. I know he would have wanted to be part of this, but you know what? He played a pivotal role. A little scary. He played a pivotal role on the second to last mission. He's too tired to be on the next one. That's okay. That's life. So this one's going to require some puzzle solving. If you can use this more than once per turn, obviously we're going to take control of the gatekeeper. There's no better action, or more than once per mission, I should say. 5-turn cooldown on a 100% mind control? Absolutely. Do we get control of them that turn, or does it wait for the next turn? Huh? Okay, I'm a little offended that because of my increased vision, I've actually popped 4 more enemies. But as long as you believe there's a way, dude. How do you do it? Dan is a selfless individual. And my boy is gonna Icarus jump. right over here. Because sometimes you gotta take one for the team. That's what being a leader is all about. One Viper down.
That's right.
2 Vipers down. I mean, wishful thinking, but 2 Vipers down.
By the numbers.
Thank God for these ability points. 3 Vipers down. Let's go. I'll take Dan wiping 3 enemies
Back in.
any day of the week here. Alright, so what does our boy have after that? That dude's only got 1 shot left. You know he's got to use it on the Andromedon. You know he's got to do it to him. You can dual strike the Gatekeeper, and rather you didn't. Let's look at some other moves first. So we know there's a Viper remaining here. The Viper's kinda gotta go. But so do both of the Andromedon. At least we'd really, really like for both of the Andromedon to find themselves in the melee state. So we might have to use like all of our available actions to do that. I got a couple of things percolating around in the old noggin here. I don't think this is gonna do too much for you.
Not a problem.
I wish it did, but I don't think it does. Only got a shot at the Gatekeeper we're already controlling. So we got a few things to think about. Where's Bear Taffy? There's Bear Taffy. Bear Taffy has the Mimic Beacon. He can also give Kate a spare action. Not that good right now, but in the future. The other thing is that Kate can give him a spare action, which might be viable just to get the Mimic Beacon thrown into a position of power here. It's a turn where maybe using like Inspire is not the worst idea. So let's look at some other things. Ionic Storm. Nah. Sorry, where's our... That was the Psionic Trooper right there. Look at some stuff. Void Rift. Does a decent amount of damage. It's a chance to generate Insanity. What about a Dominate? Insanity. Can inflict different negative mental conditions. That's what we want. Dominate. Can only be used once per mission. Permanently mind control an enemy. Only 1 successful domination can be performed per mission. It's not that bad, as long as we also make sure to keep an eye on our cooldown timer from the other unit. So I'm going to try to, for the mind control from the Avatar. I think controlling a Gatekeeper obviously seems good, but I like the idea quite a lot of just controlling an Andromedon. For many reasons, one of which is that it takes an Andromedon out of the equation, you know what I mean? So, we got an Andromedon and a Viper back there. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do with. Dan's partner is Zhang. This is unnecessary. Sorry, Zhang, sorry. So, Zhang, I need you to give Daniel another move, please. Now, by giving Dan 2 moves. You open up a world of hurt. Thing is, he'll no longer have death from above, but he could still, I think, here's what I think you do. It seems like it's overkill. Activate Serial, which is free. Get yourself a flanking shot on the Viper that leaves you covered from the Andromedon. It's not flanking on the Viper, it's flanking on the wrong boy. Still, ice the Viper. I know you got it in you, Dan. That's fine. You hit some 72s. I'm not mad about that. It would have given you 2 shots if you hit it, but, you know, it's not like I'm salty or anything. You can only rend the 1. You can shoot your pistol at the Viper with the other. So try to ice the Viper right off the bat, I think. Viper is immune to my madness. That Volt is like way better than I expected. Costs 1 focus though. Still got Bear Taffy and Bear Taffy's Beacon Mimic. But instead of using the Mimic Beacon, I think I would most prefer. We got Kate, we're gonna move her up a little bit. Combat Protocol will not kill that one. Bear, yeah, okay, here's how you do it. It's a puzzle. You know, we unfortunately aggravated a lot more enemies than I wanted to there. But this is a very important turn. Andromedons, for my money, might be the hardest enemies for us to deal with in the game right now. So we're going to send Bear Taffenstein slightly forward. He should be in range to hit the Andromedon with a Frost Bomb. He is indeed. So it's 1 grenade to shut down this Andromedon for a turn. I think that's completely acceptable. Then, you only have to do one thing. All you gotta do is murder this Viper somehow. And if it looks like Volt will do it, let's roll the dice on Volt. Exactly enough. Okay, so we killed them all, or at least tampered with them all. And we permanently have an Andromedon mind control. So we want to keep Mr. Andromedon alive. So I think send the Gatekeeper over here. Because remember, we want to kill both of these units. So the closer they are together, the better that is for me, I think. I think we'll just shoot. Did you actually miss that 80% chance? See, that upsets me a great deal. And the game is like, the game can't even fathom it itself. Acid Bomb. Even though this dude is mind controlled, he's not going to be mind controlled forever, which is why we're shooting the acid. Yes, that's fine. The Andromedon, however, is going to be ours forever. So you definitely look at some Daniel Giesling economics here.
Absolutely.
With blue screen rounds active. We do want to kill the Gatekeeper this turn. Oh, the Andromeda is probably immune to the effects of the acid, isn't it? That may be, I don't like the way the Gatekeeper looked at me there. It's like, but I trusted you, Father. Don't do that. Okay, get close enough, please, to use an adequate null lance. Can't hit both. Sounds ridiculous. I think we want to hit the Gatekeeper because it's going to shake it off next turn like Taylor Swift. When the Gatekeeper dies, it will also explode, which I'm hoping is going to affect this Andromedon. So I'm looking at this and I'm going, Dan, you got this guy? Because I think if you ice this guy, it might count as death from above.
That's right.
Hair trigger. I don't know if it's death from above, but we did get a hair trigger out of it. So the next idea. No, don't shoot that guy. He's a good boy. Do not run to this individual. You're going to get hurt. I mean, I don't really want to take the pistol shot at it either, but it is what it is. No, these won't be necessary. You could go for insanity or something like that, but, you know, null lance has range, does damage. One HP left. I wish that weren't so. But you know what? That actually opens our Templar up. This would be a great time to hit, by the way. Hey! A crit, even better. So I don't know, maybe you're affected by acid now, but my guess is still no. Then we got Daniel here. With the blue screen rounds, putting him down. Alright, nobody got hurt. And... No! I hit the wrong button. 2 is not Overwatch on you. You did good, she sucks. Okay, fantastic.
Remember your training.
Yeah, don't shoot at that guy. That guy's nice.
Finally.
Cade should straight up just run in here. We used a lot there, but we made it out.
Ready to engage.
So I think we should, you know, be wise.
It's killing time.
Kind of got out of a delicate situation. Killed a lot of enemies. It's another 4 plus 3 down, so that's 7. We've got 11 enemies down so far. In the final room, I believe we have endlessly respawning enemies, so, you know, don't get your hopes up too high. But still, you know, so far so good. Nobody's been hurt. We might have just popped a pod. I don't know, the game's getting quite framey. Makes me a little concerned about a crash, but... just taking our time for now. Should recall, that... oh, that's an accidental yellow move. I hate that. What is that move? If our psionic trooper dies, the Andromedon will be freed from his permanent mind control. So, no! Overwatch. Sweet. Alright, so we'll use the Andromedon. Kind of scout ahead. He's our least valuable unit. I mean, truth be told, he's kind of like the same value as everybody else now. Wall smash. Crashes through walls when walking. What I mean by that is, you know, we're all, at this point in the mission, there's no sentimental attachment. I mean, there's a little bit, obviously, but we're all kind of just tools to get the job done here. You might also be saying, NL, are we also all-stars in the dope show? Oh, absolutely. Could never agree more with that statement. You know what? I'll say, hell yeah. Don't shoot. I don't know why only our Templar is like, I hate that dude. No, it's not only our Templar. It's because only our Templar has Overwatch on 3 instead of 2. Everybody else can always see the Andromedon. They're just not taking shots. Alright. Okay, just roll straight in, dude. Ooh, I think we hear Berserkers. Three Berserkers, 3 Faceless, aka free money for any acid bomb in the vicinity. You could not have made like juicier targets here. Two Berserkers, 1 Faceless. Probably about as good as it gets, starring Jack Nicholson, so... a lot of damage. So obviously, like, you default to kind of DG right off the cut here, right? He's got 1 turn for Serial to be available. So I actually think that this is the wrong turn to do something like using an Icarus Storm. This probably is going to take too long to blow up. But, it's a great turn for a Void Rift. I don't know, we got that Berserker at the back, but he's going to get real burned by the acid. I kind of prefer the idea of getting 4 units that haven't been touched yet. Possibly getting caught in an explosion as well from whatever this piece of machinery is right here. Apparently not. 1 Faceless down. Oh, he's mad. I didn't realize he'd be so offended. The Faceless is like an easy kill. Relatively unconcerned. Actually, we should be very unconcerned. because none of these units can actually shoot at us. So we might as well just put ourselves in like the best position possible to kill them. Particularly the Berserkers, who have lived... No, dead. Okay, fantastic. It's not that the Faceless are completely, like, impossible to imagine them killing us. It's more just like... I doubt that they're gonna do too much. So you probably go for the one you got the best chance to kill. You do expect some stuff like this to happen from time to time. And we've got the Andromedon to soak up a little for us. You know, we got Dan, our Templar, Commander's Avatar. Drop my nail clippers on the ground. My apologies. Like, I think you send Zhang in here. There's no way to use Reaper because I'm stupid and toss the acid in. So I think you bank on, like, potential free actions. Or you could have Dan give Zhang a free action. But I don't think we should do that. Because I think it might be more valuable at a later time. You know, actually, this might be a great turn for a kill zone. Hopefully he had full ammo. And what do we want to shoot at? I mean, we definitely want to make sure that this guy has a chance to go down. So that Dan will kill him if he hits him. And then we still got the Templar left, who can take a Lightning Hands. And we just want to... You might think that this is lowering the value we're going to get off of other stuff. If it does, so be it. What we're trying to do right now is minimize risk. I think you go for whatever is the highest percentage. Okay, because the Berserker is a lot better, we're going to go for the lower percentage. And he is dead. Just takes him a while to realize it. And we get to shoot again. Because I am an idiot and forget that the Templar has infinite shots with the pistol. Is that correct? Infinite shots until you miss. And then Zhang is going to fall back because these guys can only attack via melee. Mind you, I mean, if he'd stayed up there, that might have defended Dan a little bit more, but... Oh, yeah, it turns out that we should have done that. I didn't realize this guy was too close to get hit by Dan. Wow. Is there anything he can't do? Let me guess. Shoot through the one who attacked you to hit the other one. Never mind, you shot through them both, so that's more my bad than anything else. I don't think this guy's going to get an attack. He might. He might just point. Looks like he's pointing. Alright, so who had their money on me handling the Faceless worst of all? Probably the easiest enemies in the entire game, and yet we find ourselves basically just lucky. There they go, though. So it's another, 7 enemies down? I think we're almost finished, like... No, don't... Oh! Thank God she's garbage. But also, the Templar is the only freaking unit who has Overwatch not attached to 2. Look, it's my bad. It's just the final mission, so every mistake, however minor, seems like substantially more deleterious as a result of the fact that it's ridiculous. So, give me some freeloads, please. Alright. So I think we've almost made it through the earlier half of this mission. Second half is where it gets real, though. And nobody's been touched, which is honestly basically a miracle. You can move forward. You just need to beware the acid.
Sure thing.
And in fact, we should also keep in mind that depending on the units we're fighting, we might not even want to open with the acid glob. Like, I think there's a case to be made that in a lot of situations, it's actually extremely the wrong choice.
Copy that.
Mostly because it inhibits the ability of our Ranger and our Templar to use Reaper and also their various melee abilities. But also because some units are just straight up immune to acid, and as a result, kind of just wasting their efforts here.
I'll keep it under watch.
Okay, continue moving onwards. So far, so good. Some good plays and some good dice rolls on the game's behalf. Andromedon, if you don't mind moving yourself forward. We have an enemy. We have 3 enemies. It's 2 Mutons and an Archon. Basically 0. Oh, he panicked at the Icarus armor. That's cool. And he shot at his teammate. Didn't murder him, and also didn't really destroy the cover that I would have liked him to, but still, it's pretty sick. Where's Big Time? I don't really want to use my second Icarus jump. I think you go for Serial because there's almost no reason not to. Like, it can give you a free kill, and it cools down after like 5 turns. It might be more than 5 turns before we ever find another enemy. So you just let Dan continue to be like, oh, it's just a regular reload. We might be screwed then. No, not screwed at all. Disregard. He does have a dual strike, but it's your regular crit chance. I think you probably just go for the shot. But if you're going to go for the shot, we might as well have you, like, borderline guaranteed get the kill as well. We also do have mind control, which is a 100% chance to work, but I almost think that it's a bad choice to use here. You will die to this. I think it's a bad choice to use here because we're just going to have to kill the unit anyway, and we can probably kill them faster than we can, you know, do anything important with the mind control. So, sure, give me a 55 chance to hit. I was gonna say, he ducked, so I was a little pessimistic about my chances. I think we should move forward because it does sort of appear like we're surrounding ourselves with fire. You go for Hail of Bullets? No. You go for Hail of Bullets for the guaranteed hit. Because we're taking as long as we need to take to reload regardless, so... You know, pod by pod, we're tearing this apart. Battle Frenzy is irrelevant. Dan now has the 100% chance to kill. So he'll take that. Probably would have killed him regardless with that crit, but kill him, and then he'll move forwards because he has the extra attack due to Serial. Oh, Jesus. Scares me every time. Move forward.
I see the path.
Move forward.
Will do.
Move forward. Get out of the fire, which is probably a contributing factor to this not-so-amazing frame rate right now. Sick. All right. Handling it just fine, I think. Now, you might think this is overkill, and you may be right, but it is the final mission. I'm shaking the cobwebs out.
Affirmative. Covering now.
I find myself thinking, why wouldn't I just, you know, reload everybody who needs to be reloaded? Sure, do we need 5 bullets in every gun? No, it's more for Bear, not just because he's empty on bullets, but because, you know, Hail of Bullets uses 2 or 3 regardless, so I think it's an appropriate reaction to the situation. Similarly, Dan is out of free reloads, so we might as well... It is my own fault, but Dan's out of free reloads, so we might as well load him up like a Matthew Good song. Don't expect any enemies to pop out here, but that's fine. Alright. Moving on. Andromedon. I think you're just supposed to move, like, really straight ahead. And we're saving things like the Mimic Beacon. We might need them later.
What is that? Some kind of human enclosure?
There were always reports of missing civilians years before the first invasion. Could this be them?
Maybe they had planned to use this for some sort of psychological testing.
We talk about how Shen called it a human enclosure? Is she alien?
Double time.
Rolling out.
Already there.
So we're just, I mean, we're making a yellow move because we can.
Double time.
Not gonna find a pod. Probably. Everybody that can, Overwatch. It's kind of cool having an Andromedon on our side. Now, I will admit, I think that when the Andromedon loses its first phase of HP, it'll no longer be mind controlled, making it perhaps not necessarily the best choice, but I'm still pretty pleased with it so far. I hear something. I think I hear a sectopod. Maybe a heavy mech. We got 5 enemies. Whoa, it's a sectopod, 2 Andromedons, and 2 Mutons. This is a surprise. So this is where Haywire Protocol is going to be pretty important, I think. We want to hack the sectopod. Now, I know we said we don't want to use Acid Bomb right off the bat, but it is quite tempting. If we can get all 3... Even just getting 2 is pretty good. Oh, but it's not going to get that guy anyway, because there's... Yeah, okay. So the ideal outcome for Acid Bomb is basically right there. And, you know, this isn't that bad because we're not going to be sending our units in to do melee attacks against these units anyway, because some of them explode and other ones are melee range only. So, with our basically free action here, let's shred some armor, inflict some burn on the Muton. Might even just, I was going to say kill the Muton. Shredding the armor is the bigger effect here. The Muton probably has 1 HP, is my perspective here. Now, a Void Rift, very important. That thing will probably explode, so I feel like something like this is the ideal Void Rift outcome. Definitely getting 1 kill, possibly the second on the explosion. Yeah, didn't quite kill the second one, unfortunately, but still. It's good stuff. Now, Kate is kind of like our guaranteed hacker here. Bear's got a couple of moves. Dan doesn't quite have the bead on the situation that I'd like him to. Yeah, I gotta think about it. Because, like, he might even be able to kill the Sectopod, which would open up Kate's move to do something else. I think let's just send him up here first. So he's got 2 shots now. 1 on the Sectopod, 1 on the Muton. This might not be death from above, so we have to be a little careful. Dan is matched with Zhang. So if we have dual strike called in the Sectopod, we might kill it. So we have both blue screen rounds set up for this. We might not get the kill, but we'll probably set up a situation where we can get the kill with the Templar, maybe. Oh, we got it. Alright, I think that's pretty important. So we got Kate. Got 2 Andromedons. Commander's Avatar. It's kind of the exact right situation for a mind control. Get a brief mind control of the second Androm...
Just as we saw
Oh, thank God.
the alien flora seems to flourishing.
Like a 100% mind control of the second Andromedon. That leaves us with 1 Andromedon remaining and 1 Muton. That has almost no HP. The goal here is to not use the Mimic Beacon yet. We got Bear, Storm, Kate, and Zhang. Zhang with the most damage output is probably your next opportunity here. So you send him up here. First goal would be to take away all of the HP on this Andromedon down here. That's not going to happen, though. Not likely, at least. Could run and gun. Why does he still have a blue move? That's very weird to me. So I'm kind of looking at the Psionic Trooper next. The idea here is I'd like to, you know, keep her behind cover, but I would like to be able to hit this Muton with my pistol. Or amplify, or... I mean, we have no focus is part of the problem here. We kind of made a mistake taking a Templar on the final mission, I think. Yeah, so try for Lightning Hands first. That's a very important kill, actually. That opens her up to use... No, we don't need to shoot that. We need to shoot this guy. It's not a great move. What grenade did I give you? Oh my god. Just a regular plasma boy? 4 to 5 damage? Or 3 to 6 damage. We're never gonna use her plasma grenade. This is like the actual best opportunity. I didn't even know I gave her a grenade. What am I doing sending a plasma grenade on our Templar this late in the game? Shredded some armor, though, which allows Zhang to maybe get a little luckier on this. So we really want to have Kate do the hack. We still got Bear backing him up here, but... This would be a great crit, by the way. So if we only have this guy left, we actually should, like, run and gun. I'm just a little frightened about this move, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm an idiot. I'm gonna put my faith in Kate on this one. So, we credit him. Is he in acid? He does not appear to be covered in acid right now, which is an important part of the game, I find. Not having yourself coated in a corrosive substance that could end your life. So, Kate might need to inherit a move from Bear. I think she does. Bear cannot use Inspire. Okay, so what we've done is left Zhang in just a horrible position. So in order to get him out of this bucket of syrup, I hate to do it. You know I hate to use my last Frost Bomb on a single Andromedon, but we couldn't get Kate close enough to land the Haywire Protocol, so to preserve Shang's life... What, that's kind of a bad Overwatch in hindsight. To preserve Zhang's life, we have to freeze him. These guys are feed for Dan Giesling. This is a little snack. Nom nom, a few snakes? No big deal, dude. I'm unconcerned. So yeah, obviously, like, that could have gone better. But nobody got hurt yet. I say it could have gone better because there was really no reason to have to use the Frost. It just stinks that it went bad. I still don't want to use Dan's Icarus jump. Like, the way I see this first phase of the mission is that it's kind of here to trick you. It's here to mill some of your moves away. Get you to make some mistakes. I see a little silhouette of a man. We got so many moves here that I'm actually, like, almost mad. Why would you... No, do not do that. What you were gonna do... I'm not... You're gonna be worried about killing this other Andromeda. Now, I do want to kill you this turn as well, which is the other thing that's worth noting. You still got to get dusted as well. So I think, like, I'm gonna have you shoot at you. Thank you, that worked out pretty well, actually. Then we got this other Andromedon over here. What's his game plan, you know? Kinda think we have him dust this one. So now, we at least took care of the shell. We still got this regular old Andromedon that's not gonna be, you know, very nice to us when he wakes up. Now, the next thing is I think we almost want to get some Reaper action in here. Will this work? I don't know yet. But if it does, it'll be sick. What I'm worried about is dodges. These are dodging enemies. That one did not dodge. So I want to kill the ones that Dan can't see. While we killed him so hard, we actually opened the door. Get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Now, I'm a little worried about this final one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if it hits, it'll kill.
How many is that now?
That's a lot. You don't have to ask. It's a lot. 7 to 8. Because of Blade Master, I think it's actually 8 to 9. I was incorrect. It's actually not as bad as it looks, I think. So Dan's he's a finicky boy right now. What do you have Dan shoot in this situation? Somebody has to destroy this Andromedon over here. Not that one. Not that one. I think you can do this. You don't even have to finish off the robot phase of it. I think you just gotta ice the first phase. So you have Dan come up here. That won't be necessary. And they can just hit him with the 100% chance. Obviously, I would have loved if that did some more, damage through the armor, but it's life. Then you got our Warlock here. It's a pretty horrible move. Null Lance actually might just finish the job, but I don't know if I can get close enough. How far away do I look like I am right now? Like 2 tiles. Okay, we can probably finish the job.
Head now.
Better to do this than to use Inspire and give Dan another shot that might not work. This guy, he's not as friendly as he looks. I was just making sure that, like, Zhang's not getting hit. Our Andromedon's not getting hit.
Where will you run?
Wonderful. We might be killing him a turn early, but I don't think we are. I think we're making a very sensible decision here. All right, so Kate, you got a shot at the shell. You could just hack it. I don't think anybody's gonna get hit by it, is the thing. So I'm looking at the Templar here, and I'm going, just destroy this unit right here. The thing is, oh, she's gonna generate focus. That's important. The thing is, there's no reason for her not to hack it. Because the only other thing she can do is shoot, and there's no reason, like, we could kill it next turn if we just slow our roll here. So, there's no reason to take control. We would have lost on the roll anyway, if you believe that we would have had the same roll at least. So, that's now taken care of. It does put that on cooldown for 4 turns, which I do not like, but is what it is. Bear Taffy has a shot. I mean, I guess we should have had him take the shot before we bothered using Haywire Protocol. Especially because Bear is a god. Hello, Ruka. Your momentum move is irrelevant. Commander's Avatar might have been able to get the kill. So yeah, in hindsight, Haywire Protocol might have not been, is not necessary. That's what happens when you doubt yourself. Doubt is a 4-letter word in my business. Oh, okay. I was kind of hoping for like a preparatory turn before we began the real business here. You know, some reloads and et-ceteras.
This entire facility submerged beneath our oceans. For how long, I wonder?
How long must I sing this song? Yeah, whatever.
We seek to defy that which would consume us all. Your efforts deny the surface.
Yeah, what about Northernlion?
You leave us.
I remember. We have to kill 3 avatars? They'll give us our mission here in a second. Oh, this counts as a new mission. But no, the cooldowns are not removed. And actually, neither is ammo. Destroy the avatars. That's the only thing we have to do is destroy the avatars. So focus on your primary objective here. We must kill the avatars. Everything else is distraction tactics.
Absolutely.
So what are we doing? Right now, we're just kind of posting up. We don't want to go around the corner for fear of seeing the enemies that lie beyond. Yet. Just post up. I remember the last time, and the only time I did this mission, I was like, I'm going to wait for them to come to me. This was a big mistake. It's not a good idea. They don't really come to you. But you can afford to take a turn to reload, I think. And get everybody set up. By the way, where's my Andromedon? I was promised one Andromedon. It said permanently dominate and mind control one enemy. Where's my Andromedon? So, this turn, this is our preparatory turn. Last turn was not preparatory. It was just getting ourselves into cover. This turn, we're reloading. We're bleeding cooldowns.
They actually expect us to buy any of this?
More distrust. Perhaps you would find more reassurance in our words if...
Moving to Overwatch.
Next turn, we're popping. That was an Advent Trooper? Okay. Let's pop. Kate's got lightning reflexes. She goes first. 3 enemies. One of them is an avatar. If we really, really, really wish to focus on the avatar. To the point that I'm like, what's your hail of bullets on? Archon. The point where I'm like, Dan, if you can just like get up here and start shooting, please be my guest. Can you shut up? I'm trying to think.
Though I find the possibilities proposed by the creature intriguing, I believe we have passed the point of rational discourse. We didn't come here to...
Then we gotta take a move first. 3 avatars remaining. Okay.
Your persistence is admirable, but tired. It is time to accept the path.
It's time to accept your path, Commander. Unless we're gonna freeze these units, the Psionic Rift I don't think is our play this turn. Instead, ice this dude. He's been iced. Doesn't he get an action after he gets hit? He teleports randomly. Alright, now he's back over here where we get easy PZ shots at him. So I think the thing we want to think about is who's the least valuable shot when it comes to killing Archons. It's not Dan, I'll give you that. Although, Dan being able to possibly Deadeye the Avatar is extremely valuable. Feels extremely valuable. Guaranteed damage that ignores armor also seems cool. You don't shred armor. I kind of feel like a run and gun is pretty good here. We don't need Zhang to kill Archons. They're just going to dodge anyway. So just get your guaranteed hit that causes this guy to teleport. It crit him. My dream here is a lightning reflexes kill. It's going to be quite far away for us to land anything. I think Dan starts by making this move. I really don't want to use his Archon powers. A miss will even kill him, so... There's one down. It was a dodge, and we killed him. Alright, so now we got 2 Archons left. Dan has a free action. He is an actual god among men. Obviously, we want to see if we can, you know, roast these remaining enemies. You can rend if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. I'm kind of amazed by that. I'm very worried about where Kate goes on this one, by the way. But first, Psionic Trooper. Qu'est-ce que c'est? We could go for I mean, you could put one unit in stasis. That's a classic. You can give somebody an extra move. Also a classic. Insanity can only, and it's only a 90% chance, to afflict one unit. That's a bummer. It's kind of hoping for something a little better. Can hit 2 units with Shredder Gun. Kind of an anemic play, though. It's tough because we really, really want to destroy them. Like, we want them to die. We're out of Frost Bombs. Chain Shot is very unlikely to finish the job. Halo Bullets will hit. But I think we're probably facing the reality of perhaps leaving an Archon on the field. But I want to believe, even though I'm running the risk of sending our Templar like further in here. So this is like, you know, you look at this and you go, lightning reflexes. Serve me well, please. That hit. It wasn't even a graze. It was just a straight up hit. So now you start to look at this, I think, and you go, maybe there's a seam that we can pull on here. Like this costing a focus but jumping, or maybe a rend. It's very unlikely to get the kill, but if Kate gets the attack first, who knows, right? And all we need to do is kill one and we can stasis the other one. Although I would prefer not to. It's burning. It won't kill it. It's way too much HP to kill it. Spending what I would consider to be a few too many actions. 8 to 9 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if it hits, it'll get the kill unless it grazes. Think you go Reaper. The value... Excuse me, cat. The value in completely neutralizing this pod so we can get a head start on the next one is fairly important here, I think. Hard to overstate. We didn't pop another pod in the process. I don't think there's another pod to pop in the process. So the idea here is I guess we send Bear in. We just want to see, because we could maybe just get the kill. No more free reloads for Bear, so you gotta make sure this is what you actually want, but... Probably won't get the kill, is the problem here. 8 to 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we get extremely lucky, this will finish it off. Otherwise, we'll probably go for a... Yeah, maybe just like a straight up Soulfire or something, like... Guaranteed psionic damage. Alright, so we did manage to wipe the pod. I think it's an acceptable first turn. What are some problems to worry about here? Definitely, your boy's not stoked that sending Dan out here so that he's ready to pop on the next turn. I'm very concerned about our Templar being so far out there. 3 codexes. Genuine problem because we have no frost bombs remaining. In theory, if Dan could use his Icarus jump here, he could get 3 kills for 1 action. And it leaves him on higher ground. 3 chrysalids, if they don't bury, that's... Bury? If they don't burrow, that's more fuel for Dan to just destroy them. Forget the Icarus jump. Just run to it, dude. Now the problem is you don't have any free reloads, so I think you're looking to get like a hair trigger free action somewhere in here. What are you more? I'm more worried about the codices, to be honest. Because they have real guns. Death from above. Codices, way bigger problem, I think. We didn't even have to use the Icarus jump, which is actually so good for us. So now we get a free action, which I'm thinking maybe we won't end our turn here. Oh, the logic prevails. All right, so this is where you just look at this and you go, are we just doing this? Is Dan such an unkillable monster with death from above that you can't lose the mission? We are gonna need another reload at some point. Oh my god, he lived. Well, that was a surprise. I remain mostly unperturbed by the situation at hand. So I think you take a big move first. We don't have a run and gun available. He has a shot. Can't get close enough to ice anybody, though. He can get more shots from here. But do we really... You know what? We do want him right here. Because if enemies spawn up here, they don't get to attack on their first turn, I think. So they'll run by him, and he'll get, like, the world's dirtiest blade storms. So just take a chance to kill a unit that's at full HP instead. Much better. See, why couldn't you do that, Dan? Really dropped the ball there. So I'm hoping we can get some sweet Templar action here. Can't get close enough to use Rend. Sure, we could use Volt and probably finish the job. But... I don't want to spend focus if we could just spend bullets. Well done. Okay, keep in mind units can spawn on the other side of the map. So I don't think we're in a bad position here by, you know, still having a lot of units over here. Jang, like you're set, my dude. I don't know why you get a full free turn after that, but have at it. Your will is like 0. Can't Overwatch now. You went from blue to nothing. Oh, okay. Well, you know, it's a problem solved, I guess.
Here I come.
Baratavi needs a reload. He doesn't need an Overwatch. I think it's more valuable to give him the chance to shoot an acid grenade or do something else and then use the Mimic Beacon afterwards. Because he has salvo, so he can shoot that acid grenade and still do something else right after. And he can still Overwatch anyway, because it was probably a free reload and I didn't look.
Got it covered.
I don't like that Jang has no move available.
Moving to Overwatch.
Like, no Overwatch. But he's kind of just up here for the Blade Storm anyway. Alright, so it's a spawn quite distant. We do see an avatar. Many specters, sorry. But again, the whole point is we hope they go low so that Dan can land some amazing death from above shots. He can probably ice the codices, which are actually specters from Alienware, by himself, as long as he's got a decent chance to hit. Death from above will serve him very well. Shield Bearer has more HP than I've ever seen a Shield Bearer have. That's almost like a Mind Jack situation from Kate, I think. No, you can't spawn another pod. It's just outrageous. Now, the Mutons are food, but they are also annoying. They're gonna suck up ammo. And they're gonna suck up actions. One already being dead is pretty nice.
Not too shabby.
This would be a great time to get a second kill. Okay. If you missed, could you have at least shot the thing that is supposed to explode? Alright, so that one's gone. Decent turn of events, I think. I was gonna say, if you spawn any more enemies, like, I'm out, dude. We are in a delicate position here. A lot of units, I wouldn't say out of position, just on the wrong side of the map. An insanity roll to try to get mind control is fairly tempting. As is, like, that's not as tempting as I'd like to believe, I think. 10% chance. This feels like a Mimic Beacon turn. It also feels potentially like an Icarus jump. And if the Icarus jump into, you know, the combat gamble that we're taking here fails, wow, which it did miserably, because apparently he still has no vision? But we know there's enemies over here. I'm actually just going to move him a little bit. This is more of a botch than I ever would have expected. We still got no vision. We know there's an avatar over there. He's still got free reloads. Okay, so I hate that this is what it's come down to, because we kind of botched it miserably, but This is now a kill zone over the area that we know is hot. Well, let's focus on what we can take care of. Not a great example. Shield wall take an action? Problem is, she's like highly, highly flankable here. I still think you send her up a little bit. Takes a while to get steady there, I know the feeling. Okay, so then you're gonna throw out a little insanity roll here. We can kill this Muton this turn. That much is known. He's mind controlled and ruptured. My god. What a great roll. I really doubt we're gonna get Zhang close enough to land a shot. Except, Wraith Suit or no Wraith Suit. His will is almost at 0, which also, you know, gives me pause, but, so far so good. I think we will get Kate a little closer. I would prefer to not have her be on half cover, but the aggressive position hopefully makes up for that a little bit. We got Bear Taffy, and you know that I'm looking at this and I'm going, we gotta throw Mimic Beacon out here somewhere. It's a great turn for Volt, I think, as well, if we start to see units. We do see the Avatar. Cannot hit it. We see a lot of units. I think you gotta... The problem is, it's gonna cause him to teleport, which could... It might bring him in a kill zone for one. But we still have a lot of open actions available. A little surprised Zhang doesn't have a shot. Kate has a shot, though. Lighting this dude on fire seems like a very positive thing right now. Now Zhang should have a shot. How? I guess he is pretty far away. Yes, I was gonna say, nobody's got a shot now. We can get one, and honestly, our commander's avatar is like 100% aim. 85. Just about as colossal as a miss can get. So now you look at this. You got Zhang. I think you just put him in Overwatch and hope that he ices the commander. Now, Bear Taffy is going to reload, and then he's going to put his Mimic Beacon in a position that takes all the enemy aggro he can afford. This is our Mimic Beacon turn. It's what we've been waiting for. I think you stick it, like, right here. Maybe even, like, a little further out, but I don't want it to be touching cover from any direction is the thing. So, yeah, like, right here. Close enough-ish to get line of sight for most... let's just send it here. Close enough to get line of sight for most enemies. We do have the Muton mind-controlled. Hopefully absorbs a couple of attacks. This is the big one. 5 HP regenerated. Hey, you know, it's something.
I got nothing.
This guy's running for the hills anyway. Oh, he also teleported and maybe duplicated. Mind control on Zhang. Without being callous, could be worse. This could have been on Bear. Or, sorry, on Dan. Okay, so this is Dan's time to shine. He's got 3 free shots. That hit him right in the chest.
Get it together.
These aren't shield bearers, they're priests. No. You can't mind control all of my units. It's just against the Geneva Convention. And she did not fight it off.
Kalu, I am torn away.
Kill zone. This would be a great time to function. I can live with that because it's death from above fuel. Good, didn't die. That's all you can really ask for there. It seems worse than it is. It might get worse. That's not that bad. A couple of Vipers.
I am cold.
Just don't run through acid or anything. This is, again, this is gonna seem really bad. People are gonna be like, this is the end. It's not the end. It's not good. Throw alien grenade. Not strong enough. We're looking for a crit. So the idea, I think, this mutant comes in. And he goes, hey buddy, what's up? You mind controlled my friend. That's very not cool. So as a result of that, I'm sorry. I gotta knock you down. Now you've been knocked down. That means our Templar has now come back to existence. Great start. We didn't even use any of our actions. Is this a free reload? It's just a regular old reload. That bums me out a little bit. So of course I'm looking at those Vipers and I'm going, we gotta dust these Vipers. Without making a move, I think we just go straight for the Vipers because we can clear them out. Why?
Right on the margins.
That's horrible. I'm you know, not mincing words. That's a way bad one. So thing you gotta keep in mind. Of course we can get in here, we can start damaging these guys. We gotta kill the Avatar to get Zhang back. I think you go for the straight shot. Probably you reload first. Even though it's 65%, you go for the straight shot, you hit this one, cause him to teleport into a position where we can hit him with somebody else. 8 damage. You did a good job. Where are you going? 6 inches to the right. Somebody has to murder. Dude, Null Lance is breaking my heart on a regular basis here. Give me a little of this. I'm worried because there's also, you know, the Spectres. The Mimic Beacon is... Okay, it is dead. I thought for some reason it was still alive. Sure, we can get a kill. We don't have Reapers, so we're not going to get many kills. This guy's also got to go. I hate to, you know, admit it here, but he's got to eat it. Surely we can get 2 kills like this. Might be our best outcome right now. What else you got here? You do have a 100% chance to rend this boy. Well, you got to do that then and get Zhang back in the game. Unless you could... Nah, yeah, I mean... Leave the Vipers, as far as I'm concerned, for now. Getting Zhang back and killing one of these guys is way more important.
My strike surges forth.
2 down. Now, Zhang no longer being mind-controlled. I look at this and I say, Self, what do we do with this information? I think it's very easy. We give one gentleman by the name of Daniel Giesling a shot at... Daniel Giesling, I should say, a shot at redemption. What I'm worried about is that I think Dan might only have the ability to reload on his turn, which would make me very sad. If he comes back and goes, you know what, here's a reload, I would be an upset individual. So I think, to be honest with you, this is Barataffy's... this is Barataffy's time to throw down some acid. Gets 1 kill, wounds the other one. Makes the most of a not-so-amazing situation. Then, I'm still trying to, like, create a world where Null Lance hits 2 units, and it just doesn't exist.
Absolutely.
The other thing we could do is inspire Dan. It cannot be done. I don't believe that there's a world in which this can be done. So how do we get these kills? I mean, I think... Still got Kate. crushing it here. We do want to destroy the Muton, by the way. We want to destroy that. I forgot about this priest back here. Less annoying than the Muton. Sure, I mean... so, Zhang, you got nothing. I hate to say it, but you got garbage here. So, you got to empower Dan. You got to give Dan a chance to sit some enemies down. And I think... this will probably end Dan's turn. So let's do it. I know this seems stupid. I believe in him above all else, though. Dan will now be inspired to action as a result of our psionic troop, who's giving up 1 kill by doing this. So Dan has to get at least 2 here to make up for this. We know he's got to sit down the Muton. Well done.
That's right.
We know he's got to sit down. Probably the priest who can get a flanking shot. Vipers can dodge better as well. Wow, you're actually trash. You were a god. You were a god, and you've chosen to be garbage now. For reasons that I cannot fathom.
Let's do this.
I think you leave the priest alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You try to dust the high HP Viper. The hope is that the other Viper will die in the acid, or otherwise, oh my god, she got a free action. That's why you don't hate on your specialists.
You want some more?
Okay, so Dan has left us in just a very dangerous situation here, but we have 2 more Mutons, 2 Archons, and the final Avatar. All we need to do is kill the Avatar, that's it. Once this Avatar dies, we finish the game. Keep in mind, we got a couple of Spectres hanging about somewhere. This one panicked due to the Icarus armor. If only you knew that the man who was inside of it was nothing to be afraid of. Please take a shot at the Avatar and cause him to teleport. That's fine. At least, I mean, it's 1 Archon out of the system. So this priest is going to get a flanking shot on somebody. I'm not pleased about this.
They're on the move.
Oh, he's actually going to stasis Dan. Not that bad, because it means that all we need to do is kill the priest to get Dan out of the stasis, I think. As much as I have been razzing him, we do need Dan to basically have any chance of survival, so... it's one of those things where you're like... don't really want to go for the skull mine, so the first thing I'm going to do is just move out a little. Hello. It's good that he's revealed. Yeah, you just go for the 86 then. Okay. He's not dead yet. I hate that this is gonna take an extra action. Not an extra action, he's in stasis. Okay. So Dan's gonna be like cheese, right? He's still in the stasis pod. Believe that's correct. Alright, so in this situation, I think you sort of have to start with a Volt. It does a lot of damage. It'll trigger this guy to move. Maybe he'll move into a worse position. If we focus all of our efforts on the Avatar, we might have this mission locked up. I can only imagine that this is a flank on the Avatar. It wasn't a crit. Crit might have finished the game here. It's a pretty bad position. Can't help but feel that Zhang might have a chance, though. Here's what I'm thinking. First, blue move. You know I'm feeling the win and the healing beat.
I'll take the high road.
You take the free action. and then you say, Nighty night, XCOM 2 War of the Chosen.
Without the Elder stabilizing the psionic network, everything's going haywire. That gate's not gonna hold much longer.
You heard her? Move! Shen, tell me you've got a plan B here. Nice work.
Wasn't anything on my end. This shouldn't even be possible. Unless...
Commander, whatever it is you're doing, it's working. Just make sure you save enough juice for your own trip home. Commander, you okay? We just lost contact.
What the hell is happening here, Doctor?
It's the Elders. They're overwhelming our link, enveloping the Commander's consciousness.
Then sever the connection!
we do that, we risk a complete overload.
We will reclaim what was given. We will be whole once more. Now! Your victory here means the end for all others. It will follow you as it followed us. You are not ready. We must not fail.
Vitals stabilizing. Synaptic activity returning to acceptable levels.
And one transdimensional psionic network down for the count.
Mission accomplished, Commander.
Hey, this is awkward, but us here at Advent News would like to extend our sincerest apologies for the last 20 years of propaganda broadcasting.
Heavy fighting continues in the city centers as Advent forces attempt to
Also, this heavy fighting was sponsored by Turtle Beach.
As people continue to desert the Advent-controlled city centers.
I've always wanted a Samsonite.
As the administration deals with the ongoing crisis.
To all of you in the occupied zones, hold your ground. Continue the fight. We promise you, help is...
And also, what's the deal with airplane food? And that's XCOM 2 in the books, except it's not, because I want to see the stat screen at the end. Also, maybe there's a new epilogue. Last time there was a little epilogue. Ooh, this is a new NPC. I remember these guys. It's the Reapers.
We finally come in from the cold.
Yeah, sans two Dragonovas, but no big deal. Hey, it me, Metal Prox. Man, gas prices really fell in the apocalypse, huh? $2.48 a gallon?
The core is even stronger. Gather everyone. Our time is short. We want but a battle. Now the real war begins.
You think? Yeah. Alright. We won less missions and lost more. You telling me we finished the game faster than the average person? 48 missions versus 55. That seems surprising to me. We lost twice as many soldiers, but look at that. Way better on successful shot percentage. 18 flawless missions, less aliens killed, but over less missions. That makes sense. You know, we killed the Chosen. That makes sense. 3 level 3 soldier bonds. Way less breakthroughs. Come on, we gotta have something here. I don't buy this one. I don't buy this one. Kills by faction heroes. We were right on the level. Days to first Chosen kill. We were a little faster. Way narrower soldier pod. Slower to a colonel. Less days wounded. More promotions earned. Same number of colonels. 2 Magi, which I'm assuming is just high-level psionic soldiers. 34 hack rewards and 22 robots hacked. Now we're talking. Less scientists, less engineers, faster magnetic, faster beam, slower plated armor, around the same powered armor, faster alien encryption. We built 0 radio relays, which I've been yelled at enough. The average person in the world was just garbage at collecting supplies. I mean, negative 7230, that's just horrible. And of course, we got way more intel. We had like negative... I can't even run the numbers on that in my mind right now. I don't want to see that. Dude, XCOM 2, War of the Chosen. What an accomplishment for Axis. Congratulations. I wasn't referring to me. I was referring to the game. Great expansion pack. Dude, does for XCOM 2 what Enemy Within did for XCOM 1. Will we see the game at any point in the future? Dude, I always say, like, I'm sick of it, and then I always come back in, like, 8 months. So ask me around June of 2018, especially if there's new content. It's just always a fun game to put on there, knock out an episode a day, and finish a campaign. And the end of this game was like a power fantasy, dude. We steamrolled it. It felt good. We had our moments in the mid-game where things were getting a little rough, but we pulled it together in the end on normal difficulty, so I'm not, like, extremely proud of myself. More just entertained. I had a good time. I hope you did as well. If you did, click the like button. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more of anything in the future, and I'll see you next time on whatever takes the 2 p.m. slot. See you then.